few weeks ago, I went to Seoul to visit my father after 4 years since COVID. I had a great time to visit my families in Christmas and count down to the new year coming. I'm quite keen to communicate with others, not only with my families, and also have brief talking with people during shopping, enjoy amazing service, and hang out with my friends at night. Looks nice, right? But I got a problem because this.
엄청 많이 해야 돼요. 이거 그 하이드라이트.
아 그래요?
뭐였죠? 이게 자꾸 꼭
많이 써주시는데 혹시 어떤
저는
피부 상태가
드라이 스킨.
네? 드라이 스킨?
너무
49,000원이거든요.
센시티브 그쪽은 아니죠.
이거 혹시 좀
Can you believe Korean is my first language? My mother tongue? I just forgot some Korean vocabularies and I have to use some kind of English combined with it. I never thought about something I already mastered it. But when I was in Korea, I realized how shitty is on my Korean that I can't have a natural conversation to express accurately. So I just started to reconsider of my whole language learning journey by myself, and I always have enough enthusiastic to learn to gain new knowledge or language like English pretty consistently in the past few years. And I will keep doing it for my future, like Japanese learning or even French learning as my goal in 2024.
In this new year, I want to learn Japanese and French as well.
But this trip in Korea let me realize I never stop for a moment to think why and how to stop forgetting and maintaining what I learned. Hi guys, it's York right here. What's up? You probably think once I learned it and knew to how to use it, it will be a perfect process of studying. But it's not. People will forget it, even it's my mother tongue. Since I found I have problem in my Korean language, when I opened the YouTube video, it always have a bunch of videos to tell you how to learn, how to gain, how to memorize what you learned. And I did this kind of video as the same topic too. It's about how to memorize new English vocabularies, but it's in the case of you never learned it before, which means total fresh to you. But in this video today, I know on how to stop forgetting what you already learned before, based on the mistakes I made. I generated 3 aspects of the problem to tell you the external solutions, each of them. But first, do you know why we will forget something? To find the answer, we must need to know how our brain actually works. Our brain is not designed like USB drive to memorize everything. Instead, it's minimize the cost of storage to make sure it works most efficiently to let us survive in a risky environment. According to the report by the University of California, one American consumes averagely about 34 gigabytes of data. But it doesn't mean every single information is useful, right? So forgetting is a really efficient way to remove this useless information from our brain. And it happens naturally through sleeping in a day. Let me ask you 2 questions. Do you still remember what did you eat on the 3rd day of last month? Another question. Do you still remember what did you eat in your birthday night in 2023? For me, I will certainly remember what I ate in my birthday. I ate barbecue with my friends in my house in March, but I can't tell you what I ate in my last month, even though the time is shorter than my birthday. According to the book, Forgetting the Benefits of Not Remembering by Scott, forgetting is not a bad thing. What we need to do is stop forgetting the useful thing for us. I forget what I ate last month is because my brain tags this information as useless. You will think it's not worth to memorize it, and I will forget naturally. And the last point, if we do not want to forget something important, what we need to do is we need to tag this information to tell our brain this information is important. And for learning a language, it can be simply applied in this way. Solution 1. Tag information as your needs. And for getting Korean, the main reason is I don't have needs to speak it. I don't need to speak Korean when I was studying in China, and I don't need to speak Korean when I was working in Australia. I just use this language with my families only once a week. So with time going, my brain will identify few Korean words. Actually, it's not few, a bunch of vocabularies I rarely use will be forgotten. And that makes me just like at the beginning in this video, when I talk with someone in Korean, It's just on the top of my tongue and I can't speak it out accurately. So that requires you, when you want to learning or memorizing a new language or new knowledge, whatever, you need to have a true goals to drive your learning behavior. And this needs will be transferred as demand.
For example, I currently learning Japanese and I use this book, Living Japanese Language Guidebook, which is for Korean foreigners. But it has different kind of version as well, like a Chinese version or English version to teach you Chinese. What I want to say is I'm not gonna start to learn all phrase or vocabularies from zero. It would be really hard for me to remember everything. It's easy to forget. Instead, I will learn from like a certain goal, like I want to traveling there. So this tool is mainly focused on the traveling version. So this book, it will be really focused on the people who living and traveling there. So you can directly use it in Japan. So that would be really efficient because I just mainly to traveling there instead of studying or working there.
Through this way, learning particular traveling Japanese is tagged as my actual needs and let my brain identify this is important information and memorize it. If you're learning without demand, you will easily to give up and forget it. So if you want to learn something and do not forget it, you need to have a strong demand first as the first driver. The second solution is tagged information as your emotion or scenario. Why I still remember what I eat on my birthday? It's just because of this day has emotional meaning for me. When I want to have a recall what I eat on my birthday, my brain is not to search the food itself. Instead, it will search the birthday first, this scenario, and then is what I eat in this scenario. I believe you are the same. It's more easily to remember or have a recall those have a strong emotion for you because our human brain has an emotional part. So when I was taking notes when I was learning a language, it's not just write down the word itself with your instrument in your home language. You should write down the whole sentence with a scenario which contains this word because your final goal is learn to using this word in a certain scenario.
So take a Korean as an example. If I want to take a notes when I was learning Korean, 아름답다, which means beautiful, I will take notes like that. What I want to recommend you is instead of just write down this word, I will use a sentence to memorize it. For example, like 서울에, which means Seoul's winter is beautiful. So I use this sentence to memorize it because it contains my emotion in the winter Seoul. So it would be quite better to just write down the beautiful winter only. It would be really easy to remember everything.
On the other hand, memorize and tag information through emotion can give you the passion back on the thing which you currently do. Compared with the past few videos, I think my English is improved a lot, and every single like and subscribe you made and those lovely comments from you guys have incredibly supported me a lot. So this makes me glad to give passion back on my content to you on this platform. So let's go back to what I say. The third solution is active recall through certain frequency. If you are already a subscriber of this channel, you probably know I'm a Korean Chinese. Actually, there are many Korean Chinese people like me who grew up in China, but very few of them can speak both the language and can understand Korean. Because as I said, they don't have a strong needs to speak Korean in a total Chinese speaking environment. Compared with them, I'm still maintaining the bilingual skills of Korean and Chinese is one of the reason is I still have strong need to speak Korean with my families as I was raised by my grandparents in China. Another reason is I still maintaining a certain frequency once a week or every day when I go back to home to talk with my families. And that's the main point. You understand it, you still need to use it regularly to maintain an accurate recall for a long run. And this frequency depends the level of your target language. If a language is you're familiar with, like your mother tongue, you can just keep using it once a week as a frequency. If you just start to learn a new language as a beginner, take English as an example, you better switch into English environment to maximize the frequency you use this language. And this is why many people encourage you to let you switch the language in your device and read books, watch movies in your target language. And all of these things is just aiming to let you use this language frequently, let your brain identify this language tagged as important. Compare with the 3 tips I mentioned above. Personally, I think the most important is the first one, create demand. For you who are watching this video right now in the front of screen, you maybe already started to learn a foreign language or maybe already mastered it. You're amazing. But you maybe not clearly realize it. There is always a strong demand behind your effort at the beginning. You learn English is not just because English is language itself. Your demand is get better education, study overseas or job opportunities. You learn Korean maybe just start from a Korean drama you love, and you learn Japanese maybe start from an anime you fall in love with. You always have a strong demand and you take effort to satisfy this demand, and every single small demand contributes your current learning journey. I currently in Australia. I saw many people around me with multicultural background like Australian-born Chinese or American-born Korean, etc. Even though many Asian families they take culture and home language education seriously, they invest a lot of resources on it. But as a result, rare of them can speak fluently in their home language or master it. It's not their problem. If they don't have a strong demand, why they take efforts to do it? In this video, I just take Korean as an example based on my story. But as the generation like us, if we decide to learn a language, learn it solidly. We are responsible. Do not forget them and keep using it well. Because every language and culture is unique and beautiful. Thank you for watching for this video and see you next video. Bye.